The webinar is live, Jordyn.
Oh, Chris, are you feeling as good as I am right now?
I'm feeling, quote, good as hell.
Wow, wow. Lizzo and Ari would be proud to be here tonight.
Looks like we got some folks.
Folks are coming on to support our colleagues. Let's see that number rise, people.
If you don't see your friends in there already, make sure you shoot them a text, send an email, whatever you need to do to make sure they don't miss this fantastic performance.
Everyone just give us a little hair toss. Check your nails. We can't see you, but you see you. Oh, Chris, apparently you're messing with the sound. It's just the Jordyn show until we get started.
For the real show, it'll be better.
Wow, we are at 49 participants. Mom, are you one of those participants?
Let's hit 50. I'd love an even 100. I'm asking a lot right now.
I see some of our winners have joined the call. Great to see you, and congratulations.
Numbers are still going up. Got 55.
Get ready for it. Welcome, folks. So good to see so many of you. Thank you for supporting. Mom, you're not on here yet. Where is Mrs. Feingold?
All right.
Yes, Chris, the student council festivities never stop. Slack is on. Let's get those notifications off. Welcome, folks.
Want to kick off, Jordyn?
Sure. Hello, Mount Sinai. We are so honored to be returning as your host for the third year in a row for the annual Jordyn and Chris show.
Jordyn talked about this. This is not the Jordyn and Chris show. This is to honor all the amazing students and faculty at Mount Sinai. We've just hosted it a lot.
Oh yeah, of course, it's about the awardees. No, I know. You just might want to click through these next few slides quickly and just get through them.
Jordyn.
It's fine. Just right through. Don't let Angelo see that one. Okay, keep going. We got pretty. Okay, here we are. So we are virtual again and much better prepared than last year. With such short notice, we couldn't even pull off a musical number last year.
I know. I mean, it's just so hard with Zoom, but like, what is Sinai SAG without a musical number? So, this year we were able to whip something together. So let's kick off this show right in typical fashion with the Jordyn and Chris show.
All right.
Workouts and Aaron and Dean Charney's push-ups.
Admissions, lunches, and stealing the fruit cups.
Ping pong and Annenberg Andy's parties. These are our favorite pre-COVID things. Aaron Hall gatherings and learning in classrooms.
Anatomy lab in school, but without Zoom.
Seeing our friends, but not behind screens. These are our favorite pre-COVID things.
Boat cruise informal and hanging in person.
No worries that this pandemic will worsen.
Broadway and sports games, the joy that they bring.
These are our favorite pre-COVID things. When the Zooms freeze,
When your friends sneeze,
and when life's a drag.
you simply remember your amazing colleagues.
And then you log on to SAG.
Oh gosh, not again.
Thank you so much, Chris. It's like we're in the theater again. It's good to be back. And we know, audience, that this is the show you've been waiting for since 2019 when we performed Shallow at the Oscars. I mean, the Student Awards Gala. So without any further ado, it is our distinct honor to introduce our outgoing president of ISMMS and future president of the United States. Wow, this is one presidential name. James Reginald Merriweather Blum.
Disclaimer, middle names provided do not reflect the legal names of James Blum.
Thanks, Jordyn. Thanks, Chris. In full disclosure, I had thought this was the Jordyn and Chris show, so I don't have anything prepared for the Student Awards Gala. But I do just want to quickly say a huge thank you to everybody this year. Being able to be part of this awards is really the best part of being on student council, and I can say that now that I finished my term. But this year was really unlike any other. We started the year not knowing how anything was going to go, and we didn't really know what the year was going to look like. We didn't know how to encourage social connection during a pandemic. We had to figure out how to teach and mentor remotely. Students and faculty were working together to promote racial justice in our community. And so these were all problems that we did not have ready solutions to. And when I think of all the award winners, it's just so inspiring because people have found solutions to these problems that we didn't even know we would be facing. So I'm so glad to be here and can't wait to celebrate everybody. So thank you, and I'll pass it back to Jordyn and Chris.
Thank you so much, James. Let's give it up one more time at home for James Reginald Merriweather Blum.
Middle names provided do not reflect the legal names of James Blum. So it's been really great having James as student council president. He's managed to bear an incredible amount of responsibility and lift some really heavy burdens off the student body. And speaking of lifting hefty weights and wrestling bears, we're going to welcome Dean Charney to the stage, right, Jordyn?
Yes, Chris. It has been an immense honor to work with Dean Charney this year and witness his unmatched leadership and resilience-based approach in guiding our community through these unimaginable times. In addition to all of the physical lifting, Dean Charney has inspired and uplifted us all throughout this crisis at every turn. And hey, I hear that he will be making his debut back in the Sinai gym tonight for the first time in a year after the show.
I actually just heard that too, Jordyn, and everything you said is completely on point. We are so happy to welcome Dean Charney to the virtual stage, and he will be presenting the Lifetime Achievement Award and the Dean Charney Resilience Award. So welcome to the stage, Dean Charney.
Thank you, Chris, and thank you, Jordyn, for hosting the award ceremony again. Next year, we're going to be all together. This past year, as James mentioned, has been unprecedented in dealing with issues related to social justice and racism, and of course, dealing with the pandemic. I couldn't be more proud of the student body in terms of their commitment and passion related to social justice and anti-racism, and the bravery and courage that so many of our students showed during the pandemic has been unbelievable. Last year at this time, Mount Sinai was the epicenter of the epicenter, and you all rose to the occasion. I like to say that adversity reveals character, and it certainly did in the case of our students, our medical students, our grad students, and our master's students. It's my honor today to give out 2 awards. The first is the Edward J. Ronan Lifetime Achievement Award. Dr. Ronan was a legendary faculty member in our medical education department. He meant so much to our students over several decades. And I can't think of anybody more deserving of the award than Stacy Leisman. Dr. Leisman has been an advocate for the students of Mount Sinai in and out of the classroom. She's a wonderful educator, course director, mentor, and many other things. During the pandemic, she worked very hard in our residency application cycle and recruiting our students. It was a very stressful time for our 4th-year students, and she helped out the class tremendously. Specifically, she offered to read any student's personal statement and offered comments, which she turned around apparently in an incredibly impressive time. Furthermore, and I saw this myself, she led a wonderful match day celebration, was chosen by the graduating class as Grand Marshal, not for the first time, which exemplifies how much she is valued by our student community. Dr. Leisman is truly a gem and deserves this recognition for her contributions to Mount Sinai. Congratulations, Dr. Leisman. Our next award, it's a little embarrassing to say the name of the award, is the Dean Charney Award for Resilience. I'm forever grateful to our students who named this award in my honor shortly after I was the victim of a trauma, being the victim of a shooting back almost 5 years ago. It's an honor also to award the Resilience Award this year to Meredith Mikapalos. Sorry if I mispronounced that, Meredith. This year, Meredith unexpectedly lost her mother in a shocking few weeks, deep in the middle of our pandemic and with the upcoming Step 1 exam. Without skipping a beat, she continued to work to excel in her classes, putting in the work to attend lectures, and amazingly studying the very disease that her mother had passed away from. She endured the lectures and with that unbelievable loss, with grace, with maturity, with humility and strength, and most of all, resilience. She continued to stand by her friends, be generous to those around her and her family, be a good classmate, and an active participant over Zoom, and remain caught up in her classes during this very stressful time. Meredith, by all accounts, is an unparalleled example of resilience in the face of grave loss. Sheer passion and force and love for her profession, and she has been a role model to so many in the way she has demonstrated her resilience, not only for her closest friends, but for all who know her. She continues to make time for her peers, speak bravely about her experience, and lead by example. She is most highly deserving of this award. Congratulations, Meredith. And again, you're a role model for all of us. And I'll hand it back to Chris and Jordyn.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Dean Charney, for presenting those awards. And again, congratulations to Dr. Leisman and Meredith. Again, excellent, so deserving of those awards. And now, Jordyn, apparently we're going to be giving out some faculty awards next. Is that correct?
We are, Chris, and we are so grateful to the medical and research faculty who are working every day to combat this pandemic on top of all of their other responsibilities. And they're bringing their clinics and laboratories back to this new normal that we're all creating. And we are so honored to have the opportunity to recognize them tonight.
You're absolutely right, Jordyn. Our incredible faculty have supported us through these tough times and new technologies. When we hosted this show, I think Zoom had only existed for like 3 days and we used it. And we actually almost hosted it over Skype, if you remember.
Chris, is that seriously your Skype coming on? Who uses Skype anymore?
Sorry about that, folks. I'm trying to hold on to simpler times. You know, when we only needed to use Skype like once a year to Skype our technologically savvy grandparents, and now we're constantly in Zoom meetings, much different times. But the good news for that is it means we're all very familiar with how these Zoom webinars are going to work. So after each awards, please cheer from your home. We might not be able to literally hear each other, but use the chat to write some encouraging messages to each other, use the reaction feature and the applause to congratulate each other, send enthusiastic carrier pigeons to one another, and just be really excited for your colleagues.
You can also post about some of these, seriously, Chris, you can post about these amazing awardees on Twitter and Instagram. And if you're into TikTok, hey, by all means. And it is time to announce our faculty award winners. First, for outstanding clinical preclinical faculty, we are honoring Dr. Yasmin Mia. Yasmin Mia has no equal when it comes to providing exceptional care for patients and meaningful education to students. She goes above and beyond what is expected of her in both her clinical work and in her work supporting students. As the director of EHOP, she plays a critical role in caring for approximately 300 of the most vulnerable patients at Mount Sinai, while also working tirelessly to mentor and educate countless students. She never misses an opportunity to do a home visit for a patient just to check in or take extra time with the student to make sure they really understand a treatment plan. Congratulations to the most deserving Dr. Mia. And for our award in outstanding clinical house staff, we are delighted to award Dr. Ben Hong. Dr. Ben Hong has consistently gone above and beyond what is expected of residents, whether he is on shift or off, while he's working in the emergency department. Dr. Hong is an exceptional leader of medical students and is always willing to take extra time to make sure the students have a strong understanding of the patient's case. He is also a champion of wellness outside of his shifts and is always willing to mentor students who are interested in emergency medicine. Dr. Hong was himself a student at Mount Sinai and feels and lives his responsibility to help other students find their place in medicine. Thank you so much to Dr. Ben Hong.
And I'll be presenting our two graduate faculty winners. So the first winner is for outstanding teaching by a faculty member, and that's Dr. Emma Ben. And Dr. Emma Ben has been an amazing biostatistics teacher. Her class was beautifully structured and facilitated an easy learning environment. She always encouraged a safe place of discussion for all classmates without the fear of judgment. Dr. Ben is very mindful of students' needs and made adjustments to the course that aim to accommodate all of her students. It has been a pleasure to take her course, and I'll recommend it to new students coming in. Congratulations, Dr. Ben. And our next winner on the graduate faculty side is outstanding mentorship by a faculty member. And this one has a very special place in my heart because Dr. Iatridis is actually my mentor. So that's Dr. James Iatridis. And the nominee who wrote in for him said that there is no one more deserving of the award for outstanding mentorship than Dr. James Iatridis. Dr. Iatridis has over 20 years of experience mentoring faculty, postdocs, PhDs, master students, and medical students. What truly sets Dr. Iatridis apart as a mentor is his personal investment in all his trainees. He deeply cares about everyone he mentors and works tirelessly to ensure they receive the personalized training necessary to advance professionally and personally. Thank you so much, and congratulations, Dr. Iatridis. All right, so now those are our faculty awards. The remaining awards will be for our students. So thank you so much to those devoted faculty and your amazing leadership during these unprecedented times. And we'll move on to our first award, which is for excellence in community service. So Jordyn, are you there to help me present these awards?
Who is this Jordyn of whom you speak? It's Moira here, and it's my honor to announce the Excellence in Community Service Awards.
Oh my goodness, Moira Rose, is that you?
Yes, Chris. And as a devoted philanthropist myself, I know the importance of contributing to our communities. Meet Janice, my philanthropy wig, for when I'm feeling generous and spicy.
Moira, this is so exciting to have you here for the show. Do you have any words of advice for the Mount Sinai community?
Why, of course, Chris. Let me ask you this, dear. If not now, when? If not us, who?
Okay. Thank you for that wisdom, Moira. I think I'm gonna introduce the winners. Hopefully Jordyn comes back to help me out.
Thank you, darling. Okay. Take care now.
Our first winner on the medical side is Michelle Tran. Michelle has served as the president of Sinai APAMSA for the past year and has demonstrated strong commitment to serving vulnerable AAPI populations since her time at Sinai. She rallied together bilingual students from various local medical schools to organize wellness calls to a low-income senior home in Chinatown during the pandemic, raised over $12,000 in the past 2 weeks for an organization serving Asian youth in the city, and co-founded and leads Sinai's racial justice reading groups. Michelle not only talks the talk, but walks the walk, and it's evident she cares very deeply about the work she does. Congratulations, Michelle.
Congrats, Michelle. And on the grad side, we are delighted to announce this award for Joe Simon. Over the past year, Joe Simon has led mentoring in neuroscience discovery at Sinai, MINDS, and has done an incredible job engaging local communities and advocating for science. He took on a huge leadership role in planning and executing this year's Brain Awareness Week. At this event, Joe spearheaded and moderated a special lecture called The Impact of Racism on Mental Health, hosted by Diverse Brains through the Friedman Brain Institute at Sinai. Joe has gone above and beyond his duty as a scientist to engage and educate the public and advocate for greater diversity in STEM. And his service to Mount Sinai and the wider Harlem community is outstanding. Congratulations and thank you to Joe Simon. Chris, did you see that Moira Rose was here? Did David come too? I feel like you two would really hit it off.
Unfortunately, no David, Jordyn, but it is time to announce our Excellence in Leadership Awards. And this has been a really historic year for leadership in our country.
Very true, Chris. What a critical year for leadership, including an extremely important election that really changed how so many Americans can really see themselves reflected in the White House.
I know, right? Kanye West saw himself in the White House and he was almost president of the United States.
Well, I was obviously referring to Kamala Harris.
Well, I mean, obviously I was referring to Kamala Harris too. I just need a minute to flip through a couple slides and well, yeah, Kamala Harris. See, I was saying the same thing as you.
She made it. Okay. Why don't we go one more and announce our winners, Chris? So for our Excellence in Leadership Award in the Graduate School, Daisy Hoagland. Daisy is a remarkable graduate student leader who sets an excellent example of how to thrive academically while making impactful changes to the Mount Sinai community. Daisy has served as a PhD representative for 3 years, as well as vice president of student council, through which she has planned social events and spearheaded school-wide initiatives that address mistreatment, diversity, and several other meaningful topics. Her leadership has only shined brighter throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, studying virology and emerging as a leader in the field of COVID-19 research, all while working tirelessly to address student concerns about COVID-19. Overall, Daisy is a stellar role model for leadership and exceptionally deserving of the Excellence in Leadership Award. Congratulations, Daisy.
And on the medical side is Sam Powell. Throughout the last few years, Sam has constantly improved the EHOP mental health clinic's infrastructure and quality, ensuring underserved patients have the mental health support they need to handle a highly unpredictable lifestyle. Everyone in the clinic shows strong motivation and excitement when working on projects under his guidance. We would not be where we are in EHOP's mental health clinic without Sam's leadership. Thank you and congratulations, Sam.
Congratulations to our leadership winners. And Chris, there are so many excellent teachers at this school.
You're so right, Jordyn. And what's really exciting is that the students at Mount Sinai even rise up as teachers.
Chris, you yourself have a few teaching gigs around here. I've heard you're an incredible TA.
Well, thank you, Jordyn. I do TA, and this is still kind of on the DL, but I actually have a new teaching gig in the works that I'm really excited about.
What's that, Chris? You haven't told me about any new gigs.
Well, you know how Colton from The Bachelor recently came out as gay? And clearly it was very shocking for the world. Like nobody saw this coming. But here's the really exciting part for me. Netflix recently reached out to me and they want me to be his official gay guide in a Netflix miniseries where I teach Colton about the LGBTQIA+ community. And that's going to be the teaching experience of a lifetime.
If anyone can do that, Chris, it's you. But I think it's time to announce the winners for excellence in teaching. Our first set of winners is Catherine Meckel and Philip Huang. Both Catherine and Phil served as TAs for the notoriously difficult Neuroscience Core 2, Cellular and Molecular Neuroscience, for the past 2 years. This core course is rigorous and challenging each year, but proved extra difficult during a pandemic. They both led numerous review sessions to ensure student understanding and made themselves available day and night to answer questions for private tutoring or grade clarification. They are strong advocates for accessibility and accommodations, fixing issues with the lecture transcript service, and providing private extended testing time for students with disabilities who wanted to remain anonymous. Without them as TAs, this course would have been nearly insurmountable. They will be amazing professors one day. Congratulations, Catherine and Philip.
And our winner from the medical school side is Nicola Feldman. Nicola was a TA for the Summer Enrichment Program and the Anatomy course in fall 2020. Due to COVID-19, both of these courses were shifted online, and all the new students had a hard time adjusting to the demanding rigor of medical school in this virtual environment. Nicola was an absolute rock star in SEP, leading TA sessions with extreme detail and answering every single question we had about these topics. She was an amazing leader of office hours on Thursday nights. And those of us in her class really wish we could have kept her a secret all to ourselves because she was that amazing. So thank you and congratulations to Nicola.
Such excellent teachers, Chris. Honestly, I don't know where we would be without them, or quite honestly, without our amazing mentors. It is virtually impossible to survive medical school and graduate school without truly remarkable mentorship.
So true, Jordyn. I remember that I couldn't even make my way through the tunnels before I got my mentor.
Well, it's a good thing that that's not the case anymore.
Jordyn, oh no, it happened again.
Chris, how did this happen? Weren't you just on stage next to me?
Jordyn, I don't know what's happening. I was just in the tunnels, but I'm definitely on the roof of Annenberg now.
Chris, you're making me a little nauseous. Can you just get back here?
Oh God, Jordyn, I think I'm in Central Park now. There's a coyote here and he's definitely hungry.
Okay, let's get Dr. Iatridis in here. Where is he when you need him? Get it back here, Chris. Did you make it back, Chris? Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and announce the winners. And you get back here when you can. So our first winner for excellence in mentoring is James Carter. James is an outgoing EHOP research chair and a senior graduate student in the Friedman Lab. He has done a phenomenal job mentoring those doing research at EHOP and guiding them through the various stages of their projects. During the transition to new leadership, he was incredibly supportive and worked with members of the team to make the process seamless. In lab, he is an invaluable mentor to those in his lab and other labs. He helps students study for exams and gives pep talks when they're feeling overwhelmed and down. Overall, James is extremely helpful, caring, kind, and positive, and has just been a joy to get to know and work alongside. Congratulations, James Carter.
And on the medical side, our winner is Alexandra Sali. As this year's chair of EHOP's mental health clinic, she has worked tirelessly to ensure the smooth and effective operation of each of MHC's vital functional components. She is a powerful role model and selfless advocate with a vigorous attention to detail and efficiency. Without her, the mental health clinic could not possibly deliver such quality care to our patients in the East Harlem community. Thank you and congratulations to Alexandra.
Congrats, winners so far. So, Chris, have you noticed that so many companies have managed to keep us so engaged in getting what we need during the pandemic? Have you heard yet of the Hello Disneyton conglomerate? It's really actually pretty great. With Hello Disneyton, you get to watch live action Mulan so long as you maintain a total output of 300 on Peloton and cook 4 HelloFresh meals a week.
Well, that sounds really great, but I heard if you dip below your daily ride, you lose access to Hamilton, and then you can only get the vegetarian meals.
There's a workaround, Chris. If you subscribe to Hello Disneyton Plus for only COVID-19 $99 a month, you can participate in live classes, order off a secret menu, and have a Disney character loosely based off your aura.
That is pure entrepreneurial genius, Jordyn. And speaking of which, let's announce the next winners for the Entrepreneurship and Innovation Award. On the medical side, our winner is Andrew Warburton. Andrew is a remarkable student and entrepreneur who is deserving of the Excellence in Entrepreneurship and Innovation Award for his exceptional work in co-founding Retina Technologies. Retina Technologies is a $3 million Sinai-based startup that provides low-cost vision screening solutions to underprivileged populations by leveraging the power of virtual reality, retina imaging, and machine learning. He is pioneering clinical trials, exploring novel applications of VR in ophthalmology, applications of machine learning and fundoscopic imaging, and prototyping a miniaturized retinal camera. He is an ideal candidate for the Excellence in Entrepreneurship and Innovation Award. Congratulations, Andrew.
I am in total awe right now. And on the grad side, MD Kabir. MD Kabir has always had an entrepreneurial spirit, merging his passions for scientific innovation and biotechnology. Some of his ventures, not all, include applying to a Petri, a bio venture out of Boston, with the goal of developing a mass spec proteomics-based blood testing company. Currently, he is working with Dr. Jian Jin and Dr. Ramon Parsons on starting a company that explores hetero-bifunctional modalities. The company focuses on developing new tools to treat cancer, and they are in a process of obtaining their patents. MD is also involved in the Biotechnology Student Leadership, Diversity, and Inclusion Initiative, and is an e-board member of the Sinai Biotech Group, among many other commitments that he has here. Congratulations on your award, MD. Moving on to our excellence in activism, I've been really floored by how entrepreneurial efforts and activist efforts have really begun to merge, and how many of these unbelievable activist causes are happening around campus.
Absolutely, Jordyn. And I think we need to take a moment to reflect on the most influential activist on our campus to date, the Icon Daikon. The Icon Daikon is basically the embodiment of the composting movement at Mount Sinai. His work will never be forgotten, not even after his tragic death when New York City suspended composting activities during COVID.
No, Chris, he didn't die. He just went to the farm to be with the other daikons. And I heard he's returning from his sabbatical now that the city has gotten their act together and is accepting compost again.
That's amazing, Jordyn. So glad to hear the Icon Daikon is back, and I'm sure he'd be proud of our awardees. And our first winner on the medical side is Paloma Orozco Scott. Paloma has been a North Star for all social justice work that I have been involved with at Sinai since I matriculated last August. In every interaction I have had with her across campus, including Chats for Change, the Human Rights Program, the Racial Justice and Anti-Racism Reading Groups, Student Council, the East Harlem Community Health Committee, and countless other activities, she naturally established herself as a leader, brimming with passion to better the circumstances of underrepresented communities, and displays a tireless commitment to engage and connect others interested in doing the same work. I believe Paloma is deserving of this award for the work she has done and those she has inspired to follow in her footsteps. Thank you for your work, Paloma, and congratulations.
Congrats, Paloma. And on the grad side, we have Dania M. Figueroa Acosta. Dania is an exemplary member of the Mount Sinai community who has worked tirelessly to promote diversity, equity, and inclusion in all its forms. She has served on several leadership and consulting roles within the institution to advocate for underrepresented populations. In these roles, Dania has taken on projects such as proposing fellowships for students engaged in anti-racism work, updating course evaluations to address unconscious bias in the classroom, and evaluating anti-racism initiatives and practices in each of the graduate school MTAs. Dania is exceptional and includes all underrepresented populations in her activism. BIPOC, first generation, disabled, LGBTQIA+, AAPI, and harnesses her passions for justice to drive tangible change towards a more equitable and inclusive community. Congratulations and thank you for your service, Dania. All right, Chris, it's time to announce the Excellence in Curricular Development Awards. And Chris, it looks like you're one of the awardees. Congratulations. Are you ready to accept your award?
Can you hear me, Jordyn?
I can hear you, but I think you have a filter on.
It is. I don't know how to remove it. My assistant is here trying to, but I'm prepared to move forward with it. I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
I can see that. Yes, I think we need to proceed with the Curricular Development Award.
I know it's time to announce the Curricular Development Award, but I'm stuck like a cat. I'm not a cat, I swear.
No one thinks you're a cat, Chris. That's clearly just a bad Zoom filter. Anyway, let's move on to the awardees. Our first is Chris Panebianco. Chris has been a TA for the biostatistics course for 3 years at Mount Sinai, regularly adapting the curriculum so it is engaging and effective. Chris is also a TA for the biomaterials course at the Cooper Union. This year, to circumvent the challenges of virtual learning, Chris helped develop a clever series of at-home labs, which used household items to teach students principles of biomaterials and experimental design. Chris also uses his skills in curricular development for STEM outreach. He regularly works with teenagers from underserved communities to teach exciting lessons like the physics of martial arts. Chris constantly demonstrates his passion for teaching, innovation, and deserves the Excellence in Curricular Development Award. Congrats, you cool cat.
Thank you, Jordyn. And I'm very excited to announce the winner on the medical side, which is Makta Zude. In collaboration with the Student National Medical Association, Makta has done an incredible amount of work over the last year to help make the Mount Sinai's curriculum more anti-racist. I have been consistently impressed with Makta for her ability to bring stakeholders together in service of a common vision. And I know that Mount Sinai's curriculum is more anti-racist, stronger, and more thoughtful because of her efforts. Thank you and congratulations, Makta.
Congratulations to our winners so far. So now, Chris, we're moving on to the Renaissance Scholar Awards. And speaking of, this quarantine, I did watch Queen's Gambit about 7 times. And since then, I've gotten really into chess.
Oh, wow. So have you been getting good? What's your training been like?
So first I learned about all of the pieces and the moves. Then I started reading about chess openings. Then I started taking those green pills that she takes and seeing pieces in the ceiling. And then I started studying some famous games. I subscribed to all of the chess magazines, and I've been representing Sinai Tabletop, the one and only Sinai board game club, against some old school Union Square players for weeks. And there I've been pretty much unstoppable.
Jordyn, what was that middle part about the pill?
Knight to queen, bishop 3, pawn to queen, knight 4.
Okay, I think we'll let Jordyn have that chess game in her head on the ceiling, and I'll start announcing the award winners. Hopefully, it should be done by the time we get back. So our winner on the medical side is Lily Tang, and Lily is an artist who has dedicated countless hours to her work in visual art. She is well published, publishing in Intima, a journal of narrative medicine, Corpus, a comic anthology of bodily ailments, and the Annals of Internal Medicine. She uses her talent to advocate for the underrepresented served communities and expresses the fragility that she has witnessed in her patients. Lily embodies the creativity, dedication, and passion that defines a Renaissance scholar in the Sinai community. Congratulations, Lily.
And on the grad side, we are excited to award Emma DeGrace. Emma DeGrace embodies the definition of a Renaissance scholar with her longstanding appreciation of science and art. As a science, Emma uses single-cell RNA sequencing to understand the host immune response. As an artist, Emma pursues a wide range of artistic endeavors, from painting to sculpting a personalized chess set. Emma regularly uses her broad knowledge for outreach with teens from underserved communities, where she's led scientific lessons about coronaviruses and organized cultural scavenger hunts through the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Emma's notebook has dozens of artistic drawings explaining complex medical concepts. She exemplifies her fortitude in science and art, making her extremely worthy of the Renaissance Scholar Award. Congratulations, Emma. Say, Chris, you know what has really made a splash this year?
I mean, so much has happened, like Meghan Markle's massive migration from the royal family.
Or the murder hornet massacre that never managed to manifest?
Or Chris Evans' captivating crotch cropping up all over the interwebs?
Or the gumption of the group of the GameStop gamblers?
Or the fact that Army Hammer's a cannibal now?
Well, that got dark and unalliterative pretty quick. So let's jump to the awards.
Our first winner is Emily Zhu on the medical side. Emily Zhu has already had a tremendous impact inside and outside of Sinai. She got involved immediately in activism in and around segregated healthcare, and has been a leading voice in the student organizing efforts to make the hospital provide integrated care to patients. She holds numerous leadership positions, including research coordinator for EHOP and a leader of the Segregated Care Student Work Group. In these roles, she has demonstrated that she is a fierce activist and strong leader. Thank you for your service, Emily, and congratulations.
And on the graduate side, we have Christos Sazides. As a first-year PhD student, Christos has joined the Student Council Social Subcommittee with a vision of planning exciting events for Mount Sinai. Planning typical events during the pandemic was difficult, but Christos accepted the challenge of reimagining the staple events that we cherish. Working with Student Council and the infection prevention team, Christos led numerous campus-wide events that were safe and engaging, including pumpkin painting for Halloween, a virtual stand-up comedy show, and a virtual paint and sip night. These creative events gave us all opportunities to escape the stresses of the pandemic, reconnect with friends, and have fun. In his short time here, he's made quite the splash at our institution, and he is most deserving of this award. Congrats, Christos, and thank you. So, making our way through to the Outstanding Student Group Award, it has been a really crazy year and especially difficult putting on events that involve groups of people. And yet the student groups of Sinai have been more active than ever before, working around the clock to make our community and world a better place.
I know, Jordyn, especially considering we've had such rapidly changing infection prevention policies. Like a year ago, we couldn't interact with anyone outside of our homes at all. But then I think it was okay as long as we were outside and wore masks and stayed 6 feet apart.
And then the vaccine came and really things started turning up. Like in Aaron Hall now, students are currently allowed 6 conjugal visits per month. That's a lot.
Jordyn, I think you mean 6 wellness guests per month.
Yeah, what did I say? Anyway, given all of these challenges, it's even more impressive that these groups have been able to build community in these uncertain times.
Well, I can agree with you on that one, Jordyn. So we'll be announcing 2 winners tonight. I'll be announcing the first one, which is the Student National Medical Association, or SNMA. SNMA is a national affinity organization that supports Black identifying medical students. The Mount Sinai chapter has been very active, and this past year's group has been no exception. During Black History Month, SNMA hosted several community-wide events ranging from panels discussing racial health disparities within our health system to a fashion show celebrating all forms of Black creative expression. In addition to holding spaces for dialogue, SNMA authored the call to action letter, which offered concrete steps that the school and hospital may take to stop perpetuating racism. SNMA's tireless leadership in such difficult times deserves to be recognized with this award. Congratulations and thank you to SNMA.
Thank you, SNMA. Our second group winner is the Asian Pacific American Medical Student Association, APAMSA. This year, APAMSA partnered with Chats for Change to host 2 sessions and are working with MedEd to incorporate these teachings into their formal curriculum. They've organized medical students from 6 New York City APAMSA chapters who made a total of 123 wellness calls to Asian seniors residing at Hong Ning Housing for the Elderly, located in New York City's Chinatown. They co-founded the Racial Justice and Anti-Racism reading groups at Sinai. In its first year, there were 164 participants from all across the hospital system. They sent members to the APAMSA National Conference and were recognized as Best Chapter in Community Service. In response to the increasing anti-Asian violence, they recently hosted a virtual healing space for students. They co-organized Sinai medical students to attend the AAPI Rally Against Hate at Columbus Park. Let's give it up for the incredible work of APAMSA. Really just want to take another second to recognize these outstanding student groups who this year have risen to every single challenge and have really mobilized our community and been role models for all of us. So thank you. And to all of our winners thus far, you are truly amazing. And Chris, at this point in our show, as we segue to the Student Council Appreciation Awards, I wonder, in the midst of all of the chaos that has been this year, what have you come to appreciate or feel particularly grateful for?
I mean, aside from my new gig on The Bachelor, the return of the Icon Dicon, and my 374-day streak on Hello Disney Tom Plus.
Yeah, aside from that, Chris, for example, I have been especially grateful for my family, the fact that I can see them now that we're vaccinated, all the Sinai staff, faculty, and students who are working day in and day out to navigate all of these rapidly changing guidelines and infection prevention strategies, and who have given us a real sense of community despite this being completely uncharted territory.
Oh, I mean, of course, I'm grateful for those things too. And in the spirit of that appreciation, let's move on to the Student Council Appreciation Awards.
Sounds good, Chris. Our first Stuco Appreciation Award goes to Bill Jansen. For over 30 years, Bill Jansen has been the go-to person for the Mount Sinai Neuroscience Department. Whether you need a new reagent, help troubleshooting a technique, or have a general safety compliance question, he is your man. Bill has gone above and beyond his role as senior scientist and laboratory manager to make Mount Sinai a better place for the entire community. This fall, he single-handedly organized catered Thanksgiving meals for the entire neuroscience department so that trainees could enjoy a delicious holiday meal despite being away from their loved ones from travel restrictions. As the city gradually reopened, he organized safe social hours for the first-year neuroscience trainees so they could experience the Mount Sinai community as it was pre-pandemic. He has been a breath of fresh air and a light of joy throughout the stress of COVID-19, and he is deeply deserving of this award. Congratulations, Bill.
Our next winner is Michelle Sante. Dean Michelle Sante is an incredible advocate for students and has truly changed this institution for the better. While much of her work is often behind the scenes, Michelle is constantly working to support students through providing resources, space, and staff to support student initiatives. I am so grateful to Michelle for all that she has done, and we could not have done half of what we've been able to accomplish without her help. Thank you and congratulations to Michelle.
Our next and final Student Council Appreciation Award goes to Megan Smith. Megan is an individual who has taken charge of leadership from the very beginning. Representing the MPH class, the Masters of Public Health class, to Student Council, she has recognized the needs of her peers and brought these to school administration. Throughout her journey working toward her MPH, she has hosted and planned numerous opportunities for students to come together. Even with remote learning, she dedicated time to creating virtual events that would still allow her peers to interact. Megan is most deserving of this appreciation award. Congratulations, Megan. And at this point in our program, we'd like to turn it over to Dr. Alicia Hurtado to present the United States Public Health Service Excellence in Public Health Award. Although we are presenting this tonight at the Student Awards Gala, this is a national honor that one of our fantastic students has won this year. Please take it away, Dr. Hurtado.
Thank you, Jordyn and Chris. It is our pleasure to award Aisha Bansal the 2021 Excellence in Public Health Award, a United States Public Health Service Award. Aisha is a current second year medical student and enrolled in our dual MD and PhD program and a global health scholar. Aisha's public health background demonstrates a passion for building longer, high-quality lives through prevention and management of disease. She participated in multiple qualitative patient-centered health outcomes research and has demonstrated significant leadership in program design, implementation, and in her numerous volunteer work activities. Congratulations, Aisha.
So amazing. Thank you, Dr. Hurtado, for presenting that award, and congratulations again to Aisha.
We are so in awe of all of the incredible award winners, student groups, and nominees tonight. Let's give them another virtual round of applause.
We'd also like to take this time to thank this year's Spring Awards voting committee. We'd also like to take this time to thank the students who submitted nominations. This year, we received over 150 heartfelt nominations for our virtual Sinai SAG 21, which is incredible during these crazy times.
We'd also like to take the time to thank this year's Spring Awards voting committee. This is a randomly selected group of students from the medical and graduate schools who reads through all of the submissions and determines our winners.
We'd also like to give a special thanks to the Office of Alumni Relations, who sponsored the event, and specifically Dr. George Braff for his generous donation to our show.
We'd also like to thank the incredible folks in our Spring Awards Gala Planning Committee. Chris and I hosted, but the show would not have been possible at all without the efforts of these amazing students and the incredible support of Samantha Amazon and MedEd, John Sang, Jerry Spencer, Shalicia Morgan, and Fausto Wilson. Thank you. And finally, before we log off, as I am graduating from school this year and Chris just needs to move on, we will be hosting auditions for the next year's Sinai SAG hosts.
That's right, Jordyn. We are looking for the fiercest, strongest, most bloodthirsty students at Mount Sinai to host Sinai SAG 2022. So if you think you have what it takes to enter our Tournament of Champions, let us know. And with that being said, we hope you all have a lovely evening. Remember to post about some of your favorite moments tonight on Twitter and Instagram. We have all our information on the bottom over here. We hope to see you all again for Sinai SAG 2022, and we hope everyone enjoys their evening. Congratulations again to all our winners.
Amazing work this year. Congrats.
I think we need a little Lizzo to sign off.
Okay, I thought we were doing my favorite things. Let's go. We're gonna get happy. Enjoy the gym, Dean Charney. Hallelujah, come on, get happy. Get ready for the judgment day.
Don't love you anymore.
Congrats to all of our winners. I'm not a cat. Is that you, Chris?
Jordyn! I'm not a cat.
Wait, do you have Lizzo on? Because I am listening to Renee Zellweger and Sam Smith.
I'm in the tunnels.
I don't know what's going on anymore, but great work, everyone.